So one of the main things we do is playing live, and we have a few. We have actually three different sets. One is more hybrid between electro and techno, but not so hard techno. Trésor asked us to play a very heavy techno set downstairs, like 6 weeks ago, and we had programmed a full live act for that, which was more full techno. And then we just played Super Booth night here in Berlin, and we decided to play only electro for this one. So we're gonna show you first how we prepared for the Super Booth, which is our electro set. So first we had to decide what instruments we bring on stage. So Pascal always brings a modular rig that he's gonna show you. And on my side, I'm working more with the Octatrack for loops and long samples, and for the synthesizer we cannot bring, obviously, we cannot bring a CS70 and just redo the chords so that are recorded, so we feed an Octatrack with that. And we decided to put all the drums into a TR8S from Roland because it's for the workflow, it's extremely easy. It has separate outputs, so we could run the kick and the snare separate. We could also play with the effects and react very fast with the mutes and the volumes on stage. So everything was basically, the basic was TR8S, the modular rig, Octatrack, and we used the Moog Minitor. We realized that 80% of our basses were done with the Moog Minitor, so we decided to actually take it on stage and MIDI sequence it with the Electron Digitone, which has 4 MIDI sequences. So that's first we have to make a decision what we bring and why. So for this electro set, that was the basic setup.
So I guess we start now by showing how we fit the Octatrack, which would be, or how we decide what sounds we group together and how we export them as clips, feed the Octatrack, also feed the TR8 with one-shot samples,
Yes.
and then we can move on to the mini tour and the modular. And
Yes.
yeah.
So we have in the Octatrack there is two types of sound. The songs that are you have to know that Octatrack works in 4 bars. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 kicks 4 bars. I mean, everybody knows, I guess, what 4 bar is. So sometimes we need sounds that evolve longer than 4 bars, like a pad or something, because we only have 2 hands, so we cannot exactly filter or just change the sounds all the time. So we do the same thing that we do when we make a track. We just take a very long recording, usually 7 minutes of a sound that is repeating itself. We choose obviously the starting point and where it evolves, and we can put very long samples that just gonna run for 6 minutes or even longer. Actually, that is triggered once at the beginning, and then we only have to bring it up in volume and filter high pass, low pass filter, and either reverb or delay on that sound. For instance, the intro of the live act was just this actually. It was all the effects. We put all the effects. So this one, we did a 7 minute sample. Also with the noise, I remember. So I can show you the sample. It's here. So there's always a little here, final effects, final text effects. 6 minutes. Important, we just always record everything the same BPM. We chose 135 here, and we just always, when you do a sample, doing a proper amount of bars, not like something random. It's more, and also always normalized and in Ableton just with the loop so it doesn't click. So it's also, so one is a long sample, which is a sample that has to be triggered only once. There is this little dial at the end, so I know when one trig long, it's how it's gonna sound. So this is the basic of the live act, all the intro. Then we had this small synth, which was there also. 4 bars. Then the noise hi-hats that we explained in the session when we showed the track, which was Pascal's hi-hat with the boom shack from Audio Damage with the sequence circle, and actually it's always a long take that goes throughout the whole track, and it's always changing. So it was also recorded long. Some because you used a lot of reverb on this one.
I
also
used the reverb, yeah, and I also sequenced the decay time, for example. I think the size in between, certain parameters, and I tweaked it for a very long time, and I think I recorded something like 10 minutes, and then added some heavy decay to have this kind of resonant sound, and in order to have all that in your live performance, it's definitely the better way to have like a long sample of like 7 minutes.
Yes, also some things are
movement.
Yeah, it's moving also to the live act. It's totally random where the reverb is gonna be, but well, it's live. so basically, we don't really do live because I mean we only have 4 hands and we're busy with other things. So we have
Even
also.
though we thought about hiring an octopus as an assistant, but
Yeah, there was nobody. They were not available. It was a problem with
they were sold out.
Animal protection
and Peter gave us a hard time.
So the intro, just the voice. Actually, they all in a. We work in pattern mode, so it's always repeating. So play a lot with the mute. So the voice is coming, and we test to come once or twice. We just like mute it and bring it when we want to bring it. So this is basically basic. Then behind that there is the TR8 where we can show later.
Which we basically made programs for one program per track, which includes all our samples. So we took one-shot samples out of our tracks, like the right kick, the right snare drum, the hi-hats and so on, and then we just reprogrammed them accordingly. Like here, straight forward to the floor kick, the snare on the 5 and the 13, and so on. And basically they all came from our Ableton projects also, like
we just
normalized with the right EQing, compression,
zooming, taking a kick up, then with a software like it was Audacity, we just like cut the proper kick, put the tail that it was like not clipping,
cut up the clicks
and feed the TR8. Then we did all the kits. We redid basically all the drum parts of each track with each proper processed kick, snare. So we have the pressure. Then we did all the volumes between them. And
and then basically you can just perform with the faders, and everything is there. You don't have to type in new drums. The patterns are all set.
It's like we have a little sticker say, okay, this sound is on the tom, one is special sounds on certain tracks. Then the bass lines were all done by the Moog Minitor, and basically we just took the MIDI sequences that we kept here somewhere.
Yeah, it should be this one.
Yeah, this is with the arpeggiator. No,
that's something else. No, this one I think. The purple one, I think. Yeah, yes, exactly.
So basically we just
took this and
replayed.
We sent the MIDI out to the Digitone, pressed record, and the Digitone would just record it into the internal sequencer.
Then you have to make a quantize on Digitone, and then the Digitone also sends a program change, because Moog, they were really good at doing this software here for the Minitor. They cannot find the hardware, but I mean that's the software. And you can actually save your presets. there is a list of presets. You can send your presets here.
So we
Like
save
you see
them all.
there's the name of our presets, and there with a program change in Digitone, every time we were changing a pattern, we had the right sound. So we worked with that for the bass lines. Was like 80% is the our friend Moog Minitor, sequenced by the Digitone. Some bass lines were done with the modular, and you're gonna show that it was the bass line.
Yeah, I used all the kind of acid lines I did with the Erica synth bassline module sequenced by the CYRK. I don't even know what the brand is, but yeah, we'll get to that once we show the machines.
And some bass lines are also fully recorded in the computer, in the Octatrack, for instance. Which one? This one. Because it was a bass line that was very heavily processed and also changing all the time, so we could not really, to have a right sound, we needed to have it here. Yeah, see, 57 minutes is probably not the right one, but that's how we worked. Also the snares here, it was a snare that was moving all the time. So at is moving too much, it's not possible to do it in a machine, really, because we're limited to 4 bars with the Octatrack. So we decided to, okay, let's do a long sample that is strict. It's a time stretch and in the same BPM, so we can have those all drums that run through the whole track, actually. So these are the tricks to have something moving. And these we just play them, filter, in, out, reverb, delay, mute.